Hey, good evening, y'all. If you ever wear a wife beater, I put a wife beater up on my, what is it, stories, reels, whatever, man. It goes through the freaking roof, man. and no, it just ain't the women, it's the guys too. I guess, for 65, I got pretty freaking killer old body here. Okay. No, just playing. No, I freaking, yeah, I pound it. But what I want to talk about tonight is overcoming. As a lot of you know, I'm 21 years clean off of methamphetamine. Uh, Never did relapse. I asked him to take it away, and he did. Never looked back, ever. And a lot of you know I don't drink. So I'm one of these. How would you put it? Not a fun guy. To me, I'm fun. But I want to talk about the things that come along with addiction. Okay, there's a reason why people are addicts. It isn't because they wake up one day and say, I want to be an addict. At least nobody I've ever met did. Okay. Um, this is one of my sponsors, Richard from Hell Monkey Cycles. Man, you guys rock it on my Springer all the time. So I wear their hat every once in a while when I do videos. When I'm out in public, I love wearing the hat. But, I also suffer from uh, vascular dementia, cardiovascular dementia. If I've had 38 heart procedures, my hands are numb, feet are numb, of course. Jack told me a long time ago it would eventually hit my brain. I'd start having strokes. But today, I suffer from PTSD. Today was a very bad day. I knew it when I woke up this morning, and I tried to stay away from Anna. I tried to stay away from everyone. She can feel it. Um, she stays away too. No, I don't get violent, stuff like that. Everything just irritates me, and I like to be left alone. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna tell you the addict side of me, uh, why I hid in drugs all my life. Um, I was teased a lot as a kid. I was that little skinny dude. Now I'm that big buff dude that you can't push around anymore. And I'm very proficient in hand to hand, let me tell you. Um, but I'm broken. Me and Anna sat and talked a long time this evening. I told her I would go get help. She knows I need help. She said it's been getting worse over the last couple of years. Uh, it's everything puts me on edge, and I don't scream, I don't holler. I just okay, whatever, and I walk away. That's my thing is to walk away. Uh, I take it out at the gym. But last night, everything that builds up in me happened last night while I was sleeping. I woke up, the bed was soaked, I was soaked. She said I was just moving all night long. Um, there's a lot of things in my life that ain't perfect, and you guys think I have a perfect life. I don't. Not even close. Um, when I left Murphy Door in 2023, I left something I truly loved. I really did. And I didn't do it out of spite. I did it because I knew I was going to say things, do things, and hurt people. And I don't mean by physically hurting them. Sometimes words hurt worse than this. And I know that for a fact. Okay. I'm going to level with you tonight. I'm going to try to keep this at 10 minutes flat. Uh, I left Murphy Door, didn't talk to nobody until just recently. Uh, I haven't talked to my mother in years. Could give a rat's ass. I know that sounds really harsh, but you lied to me. You lied to me my whole life. Uh, I'm the product of a rape. Okay. I didn't realize it until I was 16 years old. I was picked on a lot. I should have saw the signs on the wall. But when you're 14 to 16 years old, you ain't thinking about too much other than having fun and doing your school stuff. Never once am I being raised was I ever told I love you by either of them. No, they weren't bad people. Uh, but yeah, I was never told I love you. That don't bug me today. But the lie that every one of you's told. And this don't just go to my immediate, for this goes to all the relatives that hit it and everybody in Black's Hollow that hit it. Okay, everybody knew, but me. I was the last one to know. It's just like a lot of things, you're always the last one to know. But I was a product of a rape. Didn't know that until way after I was told who I was, and nobody had told me about that yet. It was my Uncle Bob. I was 16. I started rebelling against certain things. I mean, I was picked on a lot. I was molested a few times. And that's hard to deal with even today as a man. And I'm sharing everything with you. And hopefully, me sharing will help somebody else out there, that they won't carry that guilt that I've carried for. I'm 65 years old. So imagine how many years I've carried this guilt. I've hidden it with drug abuse. I never was an alcoholic, never liked the liquor, but I hid it. You know, being the product of a rape, I was raised by my grandparents, who the whole family, everybody in Black's Hollow called me my mom and dad. I wondered why they were always older, you know, and my aunts were, hey mom, hey dad, hi Bobby. Well, everyone is knew the damn thing. Everyone is knew. But you didn't tell me. It took my Uncle Bob that truly loved me and I cared about him. And I was actually there when he passed. He said, we were at a table. My Uncle Ronnie had always beat me. And my Uncle Bob said, you ain't touching him no more. It's about time he knows the truth. And you quit taking it out on him. Because I was always called the little bastard by him. Uncle Bob said, hey, lies up, gigs up, people. Them are your grandparents. That's your mother standing right there, Ruth. Okay, and Jim, who was her husband, completely like, ugh. Okay. Later to find out later that she thought it was best to leave me there, because I do remember her dating him. You know, I was probably 5, 6. Okay. I remember my grandparents. That's all I really remember. But I do remember this one thing where he had horses and stuff, and he had this place, and he told her that he would not raise somebody else's bastard child. I didn't realize I was the bastard. Okay. When I finally knew, I really rebelled. As a lot of you know from back home, I rebelled big time. That has stuck with me. And then when I'm told, oh, you had a better life with your grandparents than you would have him, because he would have beat you. Is a beating, is that bad? Or is having a child molested worse? You know, I want somebody to answer me that question. What's worse, being molested or being beat? I think being molested was worse than being beat, because the beating you can always recover from. Okay, the molestation, it hurts you up here, and it hurts you throughout your life. So today I had a PTSD moment. I had to reach out. I luckily got to talk to somebody. No, I don't think about committing suicide, stuff like that, no. And when it happens, I just shut down. You say the wrong thing, I walk away. I'm one of them guys. I don't want to deal with your bullshit. I just walk away. Okay, and that's what I do. Anna knows it. She could see it coming. She said it's really going to get worse over the last 2 years. So I've agreed to go get help about my PTSD. But for all them years, that's why I did drugs. I hid what had happened to me. And then I hid military stuff. And the drug abuse got worse. And I swore that I would never let nothing happen to my kids. That never happened, but as a drug addict, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So I infected all 3 of my children. through not second getting high with, but my actions that they saw with the people that I hung out with. Uh, so remember, no matter what, when you look at a drug addict, look beyond the addict. Look inside. There's something that that addict's hiding. Okay, and I've come to the conclusion that 90% of the people that I know as addicts had something really bad happen to them. Whether it be a girl that was raped, molested by somebody, whether it's a guy that was molested or a guy that was abused very, very bad. Not too many people wake up and say, I want to be a drug addict. I know I didn't, but I hid everything through them drugs. So I told you I'd keep it at 10. We're at 10:47, 10:48. We'll go ahead and finish this on Wednesday, part 2, and we'll talk about how you can overcome this, okay? And how you can get buff like me and have all these lines. Man, just kidding. Remember, I love y'all. I truly mean that. Because without the support of everybody I know, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So big Bob hug. And believe me, I just want to hug every one of you out there. I just want to hug you till my muscles are so sore that I can't give another hug. That to me feels good. So I love y'all. I'll see you Wednesday night before I start crying. Love y'all. Bye-bye.